Good afternoon to our viewers and listeners within and beyond the borders of Namibia. Welcome to today's cabinet briefing with me, Elago Shipanga. Today's briefing is coming you live from Ocho in Kunene region. I'm joined by ICT Minister and Government spokesperson, Honorable Emma Theofelus, to give us today's briefing. Good afternoon, Honorable Minister, and welcome.
Dear viewers and listeners, welcome to the cabinet briefing of the decisions issued at the 22nd cabinet meeting held on Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025, and as chaired by Her Excellency, the Vice President, Lucia Vetboy. The first cabinet decision is the approval of the online access to information data collection tool. Cabinet approved the standardized online access to information data collection tool in terms of the Access to Information Act, Act number 8 of 2022, which mandates public bodies to facilitate public access to records and information to enhance transparency, accountability, and public participation. Furthermore, Cabinet directed that public relations officers across public institutions, offices, ministries, and agencies to use the data collection tool on a daily basis. The online tool will contribute to improved service delivery, more inclusive governance, and ultimately socioeconomic development through increased trust, reduced corruption, and a more enabling environment for investment and innovation. The second cabinet decision is nuclear industry strategy for Namibia. Cabinet approved the strategy with the following key interventions. One, that amendment of the Atomic Energy and Radiation Act, Act number 5 of 2005, to strengthen nuclear regulatory infrastructure, including the regulatory authority's effective independence, providing governance oversight from the board, regulation of nuclear installations, and the promotion of nuclear projects. Second, the establishment of the Nuclear Institute of Namibia as the main driver for the development and implementation of nuclear-related projects. Third, reassigning the administration of the Atomic Energy and Radiation Protection Act to the National Planning Commission in recognition that nuclear industry transcends across many sectors and disciplines that requires overarching coordination and the necessary momentum and leadership to birth the nuclear industry. Fourth, that the conducting pre-feasibility and feasibility studies for a flagship project that catalyzes the nuclear industry, including value addition of the uranium value chain, small modular reactors, radioscope production, industrial irradiation facilities, and research reactor or similar projects, and that finally, the acceleration of the drafting of the white paper on nuclear power by the Minister of Industries, Mines and Energy. The third cabinet decision is the institutionalization of mental health safe spaces in all offices, ministries, and agencies of government, including public enterprises. Cabinet approved the institutionalization of mental health safe spaces referred to as champions in OMAs and public enterprises. In addition, Cabinet directed all OMAs to strengthen their internal wellness committees by providing training to enable them to execute their mandate appropriately and to conduct regular monitoring and evaluation of the initiative's impact on employee wellness in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Social Services. The next cabinet decision is a nomination of the Douwes Brandberg National Monument Area for inscription on the World Heritage List. Cabinet approved this nomination of the Douwes Brandberg National Monument Area for inscription on the list with a submission to UNESCO scheduled for the 1st of February 2026. Through this nomination for inscription, the Douwes Brandberg Omukuru-Varo National Monument Area will become Namibia's third World Heritage Site, joining the Namib and the Namib Sensi and Theofelus. The next cabinet decision is the hosting of the Regional Technical Meeting of International Atomic Energy Agency National Liaison Officers, scheduled to be held in Swakopmund between the 8th to the 12th of December 2025. Cabinet endorsed the hosting of this technical meeting, and the International Atomic Energy Agency Regional Technical Meeting of National Liaison Officers is a gathering of the primary points of contact between the IAEA and its member states for technical cooperation matters to discuss, plan, and design projects for the safe and peaceful application of nuclear technologies for national development. The sixth Cabinet decision is a Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation in the field of agriculture, marine affairs, and fisheries between the government of the Republic of Namibia and that of the Republic of Indonesia. Cabinet took note and approved this MOU and directed and authorized the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform to sign the said Memorandum of Understanding on behalf of the Republic of Namibia and ensure the effective implementation of the areas of cooperation in the fields of agriculture, marine affairs, and fisheries, and to provide regular updates to Cabinet. The final Cabinet decision is the program for the rehabilitation, construction, and repair of houses of veterans and elderly using unemployed TVET graduates through cash for work and food for work modalities. Cabinet approved this particular program and therefore directed the Office of the Prime Minister, who will be the convener, and the Ministries of Defense and Veterans Affairs, Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, and that of Urban and Rural Development to pilot the program, taking into account the following factors. 1, the categorization of the program in 3 components, namely cleaning of government premises, veterans and elderly homes, the determination of cost estimates, including costs of building materials over the MTEF, identification of unemployed TVET graduates for listing on a database through the Association of Unemployed Artisans, and the development of implementation modalities. And Cabinet further authorized the Ministry of Finance to make financial provisions for the initial phase of the implementation. Moving on to the 23rd Cabinet decisions held on Tuesday, the 2nd of September 2025, and is chaired by Her Excellency, the 30th of September 2025, and is chaired by Her Excellency, the President, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. The first Cabinet decision is an integrated national financing framework. Cabinet approved the adoption of this framework aimed at strengthening the country's financing ecosystem and mobilize finance for development plans, including a strategy to boost private sector investment. The following one is the tabling of the International Labour Organization ILO instruments before the competent authority, being the National Assembly, in accordance with Article 19 of the ILO Constitution. Cabinet approved this tabling as listed below. 1, the Convention on Prevention and Protection Against Biological Hazards, 2025, number 192. Recommendation on Prevention and Protection Against Biological Hazards, 2025, number 209. The Recommendation on Violence and Harassment at Work, 2019, number 206. The Convention on Safety and Healthy Working Environment, Consequential Amendments 2023, number 191. The Recommendation on Safety and Healthy Working Environment, Consequential Amendments 2023, number 207. And the Recommendation on Quality Apprenticeships 2023, number 208. The next Cabinet decision is Namibia's Livelihood Vulnerability Assessment and Analysis Report 2025-2026. Cabinet endorsed the outcomes of this very important report and directed the Office of the Prime Minister to carry out a chronic food insecurity assessment to help identify the underlying long-term drivers of hunger beyond short-term shocks, to provide evidence for targeted policies and programs that strengthen resilience, improve livelihoods, and reduce reliance on emergency relief, thereby supporting sustainable food security in the country. Cabinet also directed the Ministry of Agriculture to strengthen the veterinary and pest control services, enhance timely supply of agricultural inputs such as tractors, fuel, and seeds, and ensure fair land access for home and community gardens, prioritizing marginalized groups and women to boost resilience in consultation with the various local authorities across the country. Cabinet also directed the Office of the Vice President, the Ministry of Gender Equality and Child Welfare, to continue the provision of welfare grants to qualified beneficiaries, as well as the provision of food assistance to marginalized communities and the conditional basic income grant through cash transfer, previously known as the food bank, to qualifying beneficiaries in urban and peri-urban areas. Cabinet also directed the Ministry of Health and Social Services to strengthen the first 1,000 days nutrition campaign due to high stunting rates, which stands at 29.5% as per the Smart Survey 2024, and conduct smart surveys annually to ensure continuous and reliable monitoring of nutrition and food security trends. Cabinet also directed the Ministry of Urban Rural Development and regional councils to introduce food for work programs to provide immediate food support to vulnerable households while engaging them in community development activities in both urban and rural areas. Cabinet also directed the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy, supported by the Electricity Control Board, to strengthen the awareness creation for the Solar Revolving Fund to build resilience. The final Cabinet decision is the 2023-2024 annual report of the Office of the Judiciary. Cabinet took note of the said annual report and authorized the Minister of Justice and Labor Relations to table the said report in the National Assembly. The report indicates that the reintroduction of circuit courts in Rundu and Katima Mulilo stands out as a successful initiative, with plans for the establishment of additional circuit courts in other areas contingent upon demand. Furthermore, the introduction of mediation services has proven effective, with an average of 700 mediations scheduled annually and a success rate ranging between 48% to 52%. The High Court has also maintained an average on-time delivery rate of judgments at about 70%. The Judiciary also advanced efforts to modernize court operations through digitalization, while advancing a greater collaboration with the legal fraternity, civil society, and all government stakeholders. Dear viewers and listeners, this concludes today's Cabinet briefing of the 22nd and 23rd Cabinet decisions held between the 23rd and the 30th of September 2025.